Okay, I'm live. Hello, good afternoon. We are live here at Upbeat Artworks. Just gonna see, you could let it sit for a moment. Some folks are probably getting that notification. If you're seeing that little notification, please press that link and join us today for our live art demonstration. We are Artbeat Studio. We are a not-for-profit, registered charity, and we really believe in the healing power of art. And a part of Artbeat is Upbeat Artworks. It's an art gallery in Portage Place Shopping Center. Second floor, just past the Dollarama. You can't miss it. And you can see behind me, I'm gonna do a little pan, all of this art. So this art has been produced by folks who've gone through our programming. That program, it's a 6-month residency program located in the Exchange District. It helps people to focus on their practice and to find a place where they can feel centered through that creative process. And just recently, our group 38, we had this wonderful crew of artists come through our program, have recently finished. They've graduated. Their work is being brought to Upbeat Artworks. Some incredible some really cool different mediums, like ceramics, classically painting, some textile work, some really, really cool stuff. So I wanted to just sort of showcase one of the artists that we have brought in. The artist's name is Jamie Saiposh. They do some ceramic works and some work with textiles, and I'll just flip this camera and show you. Okay, here we go. So you can see this really cool piece. This is something that they worked on. So it's hard to tell. This is all fabric, like a felted wool, I think. I could be wrong. And then we also have some pieces like the ceramics, which includes, you can see it's a ceramic piece that actually has a felted dynamic to it. And then right beside it, you can see this incredible little vase with the dead flowers. Looks like a hand. Who else do we have? And we also have these lino cuts. So these lino cuts are actually a design that Jamie created, and just multiple patches here. They're $15, and they're actually here at Upbeat Artworks. So if you are ever in Portage Place, you should stop by Upbeat Artworks and you can pick up some of this work. But today we have Kate, Tiff, Maytar. We're going to be doing some work with gouache in primary colors. I'm not too familiar with gouache and the medium. I know it's kind of like a watercolor, but I think it's like heavier.
It is heavier by texture, and it is not as heavy as acrylics.
Okay.
And it's a completely different base to begin with, and a different pigment.
Okay.
So we cannot compare acrylic to gouache from this point of view.
Yeah.
I did not too much of research on that, and I learned that gouache, the same way as other paints, they're great on hot pressed paper, which we don't have here. We have just regular sketchbook paper.
Okay.
And what are we doing? We're researching a little bit, because gouache is not the medium that we got used to use. And we have different stations, let's say.
Okay.
So we can start with adding gouache to acrylic.
Okay.
See how that cooperates? We have just primary colors, black and white. So we have
let's see
red,
these.
yellow, and blue right
Here,
here.
I'll put them up. So this is what gouache, this is how it comes, or this is like a brand of gouache. Winsor Newton. Ooh, nice. But you can see designer gouache, primary red, primary yellow, primary blue. Yeah.
So we can mix as much as we want. We got black and white separately.
A little black and white going on.
I
Nice.
have brush pens. So this is the set I got from the store in the Forks. So we have 3 different brushes. I got the pointy one, so you have the flat one.
Cool.
And Tiffany got a little bit of a bigger size. And then Mater has a different thing. So what Mater is doing is combining watercolors and gouache in one painting. And Mater is painting a dog.
Okay, I'm actually going to go around and have a look at that before we get started. So,
Right now what I'm doing is I'm doing washes of watercolor. I'm not a watercolor expert, and this paper isn't maybe the best for watercolor. It does work a little bit, but I'm just like experimenting to see what happens when you put gouache on top of watercolor. I'm just trying to learn the mediums.
very cool.
Drawing a dog.
And you're using, what is that? You're using one of those pens?
Yeah,
those...
one of these like water, there's like water that comes out, so like when you squeeze it,
Yeah.
like water actually like comes out of it,
Neat.
and it works really well with watercolor, so you don't have to like dip into water, clean your brush.
Yeah.
You can just dip into the water and it like,
As long as I'm not really experienced with them, you can see some water spilling and all kind of stuff going here today.
Oh, that's the fun. That's the fun of making art.
And then what Tiffany is working on is the old piece of mine that I was keeping at home. The way it was, I just painted the center and I did not touch anything around it. So Tiffany is going to collaborate with me
Cool.
on this, and then whichever
Oh,
we're getting
right.
might go
Yes.
on the exhibition, the full Nuit Blanche.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have we have a special collaborative event coming up for Nuit Blanche in September. We'll be releasing some more details, but it's within Artbeat Studio. It's going to be a cool event where artists are collaborating together, and that work will be showcased at Artbeat Studio for all of you folks to come see. Okay.
And for James, I have a choice.
Okay.
3 choices.
What are the choices?
So the first choice is a wooden disc if you want to see how gouache works on wood.
Okay.
But also I don't want you to miss out on paper. So there is paper. So if you want to try it a little bit on this, that's okay. But you can have this as a main medium to
Okay.
use and then just mix the little brush strokes and see.
I feel like I might try both,
Yeah?
if that's possible.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I think.
And then I'm not sure if I want to work on this. I will see how that goes first.
Okay.
But I also want to use the paper and see how, it's the very first time in my life I work with these brushes, so.
Right.
We'll see how that works.
It's a new day of new things.
I have used these brushes before, and as you can see, mine is extremely dirty, but those are brand new.
Yeah, so I have baby wipes for everyone.
Yeah. Also, yeah, so some of the supplies, we've got gouache, we've got paper, we've got brushes, but also essential, baby wipes. That's, baby wipes are healing.
You never know how necessary they are until you need them and you don't have some.
Yeah.
So what I want to do, I want to not mix colors too much today. I'm not planning to mix them to the point I'm showing how to mix colors to everyone. I did not plan that part. And I think there's so many videos on YouTube that I never watched about which colors create which colors.
And you're painting onto this, right?
So I want to try on top of acrylic.
Sure.
This is just acrylic from
Yeah, sure.
Dollarama. It's not finished, so it's the piece I can work on when I try something different.
Cool. And so Kate's going to be adding gouache to this.
And
So-
then going from there, I might create something different here.
Cool. I think I'll start with this.
Okay, so this is your pen.
Okay,
Have fun.
thanks.
So we press on it a little tiny bit. We get some water out, and it keeps it moist.
And today is about just experimenting, so don't worry
Yeah.
too much about creating a masterpiece. It's mostly just about having fun, just learning new things.
find it's very easy flowing.
I really do like these water brush pen things.
I always forget to point out, but another thing too we're doing is some our palettes are lids, so you don't have to like go buy, you know, some specialty palettes. You can save the lids from containers, and they work really well as palettes.
And you can use the actual like container part to hold your water. So
Yes.
you can use the whole thing for art, and once
Yeah,
you're
actually.
done with it, you don't have to throw it out.
Okay, so black and white.
Black and white are very important when mixing.
Okay, it's hard to get this black out.
The black I found really tricky, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's because I used it a lot, maybe.
Did you like working, or do you like working with gouache?
It's fun. It's not my favorite medium.
Mhm.
My favorite medium is probably just markers, black markers,
Right.
or even pen. But I do like watercolor and gouache. It's just I'm not the best at it, so
Yeah.
but they're fun. It's just that they're kind of hard to work with because, at least for me, because they kind of just go everywhere.
Yeah.
You put in water and it just makes kind of like a pool. You can't. It's harder to control than, let's say, acrylic or pen or whatever. It's different.
Yeah.
I can reach thickness that is quite close to acrylic, to thicker acrylic, and I would say it's similar to, it's even thicker than some Dollarama paint. I can buy, the yellow paint is actually a bit thicker.
To be fair, it is a higher quality paint than Dollarama paint.
Yeah, so if
Sure.
someone compares it to Dollarama paint, I can tell that the yellow is actually better than Dollarama yellow that they usually buy.
Like, I'm sure you can get some lower quality gouache.
Probably yes.
Probably.
I don't think you can buy it at Dollarama though. I think it's
No,
like-
not at Dollarama, but like at crafts or whatever.
Yeah,
Michael's
at
or
Michael's
whatever.
or whatever, I'm sure they've got little, great entry level stuff.
I remember I used to work at a local art supply store, and I just remember like the folks who'd come in and buy gouache, and I was always like fascinated. In my head, I was like, what do you do with that?
You paint.
Well, you paint, yeah. I do like how to me it seems like gouache is more opaque. Is that maybe a part of it?
It's like, yeah, kind of. It's like harder to build than, let's say, acrylics. Like, it's harder to mix
Right.
and build and stuff, I would say. But it's like, it acts kind of like watercolor, as in like, you can kind of pick it up with like water after it's like it doesn't dry as fast as acrylic, so it's like,
You can lift it a bit.
yeah.
It's definitely a neat medium.
It's weird like that, but
I'm kind of digging this paintbrush.
that is really cool what you have going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that.
I'm glad you like the brush because I like these too. I think
Yeah.
they're just simple.
And I will say the wood, Kate, the wood is absorbing.
A lot of that.
Yeah. But I'm still getting good coverage.
Mhm.
And if anyone has any questions at all, feel free to drop them into the comments below. If we don't see your comment like while we're doing this, we always check back later and can answer.
Don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah. okay with being called Tiff?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I find it covers well on top of acrylic, so I can just show this little piece. So it just covered it completely,
Nice.
which is great. I do not use too much water.
Well, if you don't use a lot of water, it's gonna be quite thick.
It's enough water in it and it still covers it. Yeah, so I'd say it's good.
Yeah, those little brushes are neat. Especially with this medium because it works well with water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I find it's a little tough to control how much you pour out.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm finding I'm not really squeezing, I'm just letting it run out as it, like as it wants to.
Does it actually run out naturally if you
Mine
don't squeeze it?
Maybe this one just seems like it is, or maybe it's broken.
Maybe, I don't know.
Who knows? It's working for me. I don't care.
This one only comes out like a tiny bit if I squeeze it.
What's the best point to squeeze it? Where is the? It
I
says
just-
push on here, right?
Yeah, I'm using the where it says
Is it-
push. It seems to be working.
I just squeeze it like at the very bottom, but
Works okay.
Yeah, I'm finding with the gouache that it's got good coverage over top of the colors. Like, so I actually just put the blue over top of the red,
Mm-hmm.
and it really covered it. Versus like with a watercolor, I wouldn't be able to do that. So you can kind of see
Oh, that's so cool.
the blues right over it.
Yeah.
yeah, watercolor is very thin. It's kind of like you have to do like a million layers for it to look good.
Yeah.
Unless you're going for a certain effect. But they're both interesting
Yeah.
in their own ways. I'm just having a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, let's get to black. I'm testing black. Black is really thick. I find it just not.
Just put more water in it.
Yeah, that I have to do that because otherwise I cannot even spread it out. Just a bit. When I press where it says push it, okay, I did it. And I find it's not enough water for this one, so I need to press more. Just because the black is way thicker than all the rest of the colors.
I don't know why.
Black is so like dense.
It could just be the pigments in the paint, right?
I like this.
Water. Thank you. And you know, when you ask me what I'm painting, I have no idea. It's just a total free flow for me.
Sometimes abstract is fun.
Yeah, I find abstract is necessary to myself at least. I cannot focus constantly, and I need this time when I just relax and paint without any judgments of what I'm doing and not using too much focus because it might overwhelm. And painting something like this creates this, just a completely different feeling.
Yeah, art is relaxing, calming, especially when you hit the canvas with no sense of direction. I think sometimes, all of us as artists, when we like sit down to make something, like I'm going to do something specific, it puts a lot of expectations on yourself.
Yeah, I don't want to put expectations, even though they are here,
Yes.
but they are more of what comes naturally rather than I need to watch it.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe I'll do like a realistic color palette. I'm like, maybe I'll just do yellow
Yeah.
and blue. Why not? Let's say that art does come out better when you kind of don't force expectations on yourself.
So as we're going, I'll show what I finished on the wood. So this is using gouache and the watercolor or the water brush. So you get this really kind of neat effect here. You can see how the water sort of pushes the colors and mixes them together. Very cool effect. Just need to what's that called again, Kate? I cover it in something and it seals it.
Oh, you mean resin?
Resin, yeah.
Yeah.
I could resin this and this could be a coaster.
That
Oh.
would be a really good poster. Yeah, just make sure it's the food safe resin.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're just putting cups on it, but
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, if you're gonna put little snackies on it,
Yeah.
make sure it's the food safe first.
Okay, I like using wet wipes for any brushes, so I would use them for these brushes as well. And clean in between the brush strokes when I come, especially when I want to use white or light, bright.
Okay, I'm gonna try this paper. So with gouache, does it matter, do you know if it should be a heavier, I guess it's a multimedia paper?
Yeah, it's a multimedia paper. It's not really made for watercolor and gouache, but I've used gouache on it and it was okay.
Okay.
Like a little bit of warping, but it's
Yeah.
it's mostly meant to just be sketching paper, like,
Right,
for
right.
again a masterpiece.
Yes.
But if you're trying to make like a masterpiece with gouache, then I would recommend getting like a paper specifically like for like gouache or watercolor.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, something heavier.
For me, like you can see my paper's kind of warping. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but like you see there's like the little dips in the paper.
Kind
That's
of.
because the paper isn't meant for watercolor.
Right.
And for me, I don't really care too much, but
Yeah.
some people, like, if you want to, like, frame your work or sell it or whatever,
Yeah.
you might want to get watercolor paper.
Yeah, and this is practice today. Like we're exploring a new medium.
Yeah.
Neat. Okay.
You can tell we're all concentrating when it gets really quiet.
Yeah. It's just like that.
Just the way it goes.
When we let it go naturally, it's one of the benefits of that. It's what we can actually see the benefits of what it does instead of negative. Okay, it doesn't do this, this, this. So I'm not getting upset. And when using any medium, I'm trying to use what this medium provides rather than saying going against what it does. So it's easy flowing, so I'm using that. But I also have a very strong habit of using dry paint rather than using a lot of water. Unless I get to watercolors, that's where I start splashing out.
We really try inks. We're splashing over. Everything in my kitchen is covered in paint. Ink, not paint.
I have this little habit of working at the computer table,
Oh,
just
okay.
because it's easier to look at the computer and check on the image and just quickly sketch it. It's not something I do too often with paper, it's mostly rocks. And again, rocks, it doesn't happen too often lately because it's focusing again. So I work on it's just how the habit developed, okay? And I just work on little things such as free flows, and my computer screen is getting splashed on, so I need to actually go and fix that.
Yeah. I know the feeling.
And then the cat comes, and there is hair all over,
Yeah,
so it's
love
not,
that.
doesn't feel as good.
There's hair on your painting this morning.
Yeah,
I don't know how it got there.
it just lies everywhere,
So it was like on the back of the painting. It wasn't even on the front.
right?
So
It was this painting, I guess, that it needs some vacuum behind because I didn't clean all of that.
gotcha.
Yeah, I tried, but I just did it with a wipe. It does not remove everything. It's just the
He's a
vacuum
bit
that does
roller.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can go back in here and do it some good. You'd think I'd have one of those given back at cats too. And yet I don't have one.
I'm having so much fun with this.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell, yeah, it looks really good.
I know this is a gouache video, but I want to do watercolors first if we're doing gouache because I'm just scared of going with like the thicker medium first.
Yeah.
I'll go with the gouache eventually.
I'm gonna go do a little browse of what we're all doing. Okay. So we're all concentrating and painting. I'll show. That's what I'm doing. I don't know what that is. I really don't.
Looks cool, whatever it is.
And we got Kate. How's your piece coming, Kate?
I am exploring rather than thinking too much.
Nice. I like how you got this. You're creating, like, you're working basically on two separate canvases at the same time.
Yes.
That's very cool. And then Matar.
And a dog. This dog specifically.
Wow, that looks awesome. So Matar, again, just to clarify, you're working with watercolors first?
Yeah, and then I think I'll go with gouache on top for like more details, for more opacity. But right now I want to go with watercolor because it's like, if you mess up, it's easier to like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Add another layer.
Yeah.
And that looks amazing.
I'm just adding florals around.
Nice.
This is what I'm planning on doing. Got some like hydrangea style blossoms here, and I don't know what these are, little buttercups or something.
Looks good. Good. Beautiful.
Just really like this brush to make like a little fur. So it kind of clipped in the fur. Okay, so what I want to mix is a little red and yellow. Let's see how it mixes. Right, so how are you feeling about wrapping up? I feel like we just stopped talking and it just quiet. So maybe we just keep working on it after we wrap up the line.
Sure.
Because it looks like it might take a bit longer time.
So it's nice though.
It's been like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's
Time.
yeah.
And then once we're done, we'll keep working on these pieces, and we always we'll post some pictures of the end results of this gouache experiment. Yeah, I like how the paintbrush can really extend the color.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes it flow a lot longer than you think we would originally think it might.
Yeah, I think what I'm learning today is I really like this paintbrush. Really neat.
Actually quite fond of the medium actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, the brush is pretty great too.
Yeah. I find once you kind of game familiar with it
Yeah.
or understanding how it works, I know like sort of how much to squeeze.
But it definitely works really well with this medium.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Do you want to try this kind, the pointy one?
The pointy one? Sure, yeah.
A little bit we can switch so I can just show
Yeah, I
this.
like I really like the effect of this, this
Yeah.
brush.
I'll
Sure. So one thing that did happen with my brush, you'll notice the water in it. I actually accidentally squeezed it, and when I like let go, it sucked up some of the paint. So
Oh.
that's why the water in my paintbrush looks a little bit murkier.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of interesting that you can do that.
How's that? How do you like that one, Kate?
I love it. This brush is fun. The thick one.
Yeah, I agree.
How are you feeling about this?
I like it because I'm gonna just make little lines,
Aha.
sort of trace some of the elements of it.
My brush is very much like a paintbrush.
How thick is yours?
It's got the felt. Sort
Oh,
of
yeah,
tip
yeah.
to it.
Yeah, I had a flat, like a
Mhm.
Yeah, almost like a brush,
yeah.
with a brush tip.
What are they called? Filberts.
Yeah, something
Flat
like that.
filbert.
Do you want to try the flat one? I find it's really, really cool.
Sure. Let me just clean this one up for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's got brush green in it.
And I missed it while we were. Where did you get these brushes
Oh,
from?
these are the forks. There is the second floor of the. I'm trying to remember. Is the international?
The Johnson Terminal.
The Johnson
Johnson.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's the Kite and Caboodle store.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Yes,
the whole
yes.
Kite and Caboodle, yeah.
Yeah. So
That's a
these
great
have
store.
the brushes there.
Nice.
We spent like an hour just looking around in there and we bought like 2 things.
That's fun.
There's just lots of cool stuff in there. Lots of supplies. A lot of Lego.
Lego?
Yeah,
Legos.
at the Kite and Caboodle
Very
store.
popular.
There's like a ton of Lego. Like there's like Lego Harry Potter, Lego
Oh.
Sonic or whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
Lego like bouquet.
Yeah, they have all kinds of like, it's almost like home decor style
Yeah.
Lego now. They've got like little tiny cactuses and pots. They've got like stems that you can put in vases. They've got
It's more expensive than actual
yeah,
flowers.
it is. Well, that's a lot
Well,
too.
fair enough.
But yeah, no, it's definitely not cheap.
Yeah, no, Lego is not.
Lego has never been cheap.
No, unless you're getting it off brand, but like most people just want to go for the official Lego.
Yeah.
It's Lego.
Lego. I used to be obsessed with Lego when I was a kid. I think we all were at some
Yeah,
point.
I got Lego Minecraft. And it was so
Oh, yeah.
expensive.
My kid's got Lego Minecraft. He never plays with it anymore. I can myself.
Yeah, trust me, like it goes for some money. You know,
Yeah.
like it's people want it.
First, gotta figure out the pieces. People don't want incomplete sets.
That's true.
And I'm the person who never played with Lego in my life.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that either.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like it was anything I could do. Well, I had some other constructors,
Okay.
but they're not Lego, and they were just different.
Yeah, it was Lego and toy cars. I had to my dad built our dining room, and he turned our dining room into a racetrack for me,
Oh, that's
which was
fun.
cool.
Oh,
That's cool.
But we never used the dining room, so it was like the whole perimeter was track, and the track came into the middle, and
Oh, that's fun.
yeah, it was cool.
Good use of a room that doesn't get used.
Yeah.
I loved mine, and it was like building. There were like doors and
Ooh.
all that and bricks.
Yeah.
And they're bigger, but they're completely different. It was a round box,
Okay.
like the tall round box, and it was. I even don't know when it was made. It was probably USSR still when they got this.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, cannot really tell right now, but most likely it was the USSR times. So,
Quite a long time ago.
a long time ago. Yeah. Some something I like doing. But since then, I never played with anything like that. And when I was offering, I don't know, my kids were never fans of doing it with me. Maybe just doing it by themselves.
I am so sorry.
I don't know if anything happened.
I thought for sure I had just streaked across your living room.
Yeah,
This
just-
one keeps catching me. I don't know what it is. So I don't do that again. Ooh, hate that.
I think I'll move on to gouache after this dries.
Someone's not having a good morning.
Is it somewhere? No, it's
Oh, it's out.
like, oh my god.
I just feel like it's still in there. It is definitely not.
What? I got it. God, it's like 1 p.m.
Mm. I am getting used to the brush.
And review.
And I do not really have anything in mind for now, so I don't know what I'm doing.
I know, I'm just kind of like pushing colors around right now.
Sometimes that's just what you gotta do.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes that's what you need to do. Just push color around on canvas and see what happens.
I think this is the wrong color for wisteria, but I don't even care. It's a little dark. But that's
I never paint anything, like when it comes to flowers, unless I have a reference image, it's never the same color. Like, I don't really paint anything, yeah, color, just imaginary. Okay. So, yeah, we can,
You wanna
do you
trade?
still want this, or?
Oh, I can trade. That's
Yeah,
fine.
okay.
Yeah. If you have a preference, I do not.
Yeah, this brush is really fun.
Well, I guess, do you mind if I ask, how much were the brush set? How much was the brush set?
I
So folks
kept
can-
the, $12 something.
12 bucks?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more $4 a
Something.
piece. That's not terrible.
That's pretty good.
I have the box right here. $12.99.
$12.99. That's actually really good, considering some brushes are,
$20.
or one brush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have caps, and you can close them.
Yeah, I went to, I was at Michael's a couple of weeks ago, and I was buying. I needed to buy like a large flat brush. I just like wasn't looking. It was a 2-for-1, or like buy one get the second one 50% off. I was like, okay, I'll just get 2 of these brushes though. And I didn't realize the one brush was $50. So then the second brush was only $25.
Only.
So then it was like, your bill is $75. I was like, oh.
Oh.
Pressing for assistance, I'm like, I don't want these. Yeah.
Some things don't have prices on them for some reason. And it's like you don't know until you get to the.
Yeah, which is very frustrating. You want to know what you're paying for before you get to it.
It literally happened to me today. I was buying some clothes from Dollarama. It didn't say the price, and I was like, okay, but I need the clothes because they just ran out. And it ended up being like $4 for tiny baby.
Holy.
Yeah, $4 at Dollarama,
Yeah.
right?
It's like it's Dollarama. Why is it
Yeah.
$4?
$4 Rama. It's not called $4 Rama.
like this brush a lot, the flat one.
Yes.
Watercolor.
Not touching it. Saying to yourself,
It's do stuff, but I need it to dry.
Underrated liner brush.
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
Do like the flowers you're doing right now. That's really cool.
I know that they're pink and dangly, so that's what I'm going with.
Oh, neat. That's really good.
Oh, it's supposed to look like some kind of mysteria.
Oh, Kate, that's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
That's really neat. I love all the colors.
Dog's looking good right here.
Yeah, I need to let it dry and then go on top of the gouache.
Mm-hmm.
Whose dog is it?
My boyfriend's dog.
Oh,
I already made a couple pages of these before, so I'm not doing dog this time.
yeah.
I'm not sure if rough note. Birthday. I don't know. Maybe they have rough note. I don't know. I'm hoping to go back over this with like a Sharpie or something and give it some detail.
I always love when you're like done a piece and you go with the marker on top. And tiny little details I never even notice.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little more precision. But I'm not little, that brush is all I like, just to be precise.
It's pretty good. It works just like a paintbrush, except in pencil form. And I think it's what they're going for. So, really good job.
I feel like that would be really good for kids too,
Mhm.
so you don't have to like have like a jug of water.
Mm,
You just have some wipes.
that makes
You
sense.
just fill it with water and we can do a little art. It works like professionals.
We need a bunch of these for Art in the Park.
Yeah.
Would be good.
We don't have to bring water to.
That actually is a great idea.
Maybe you can get one of those on the
I'm sure you can probably find them pretty cheap.
For cheaper than, yeah.
They weren't that expensive.
No, but you could probably get like a 12 pack. or
Yeah,
something
like
for
if you're
$12.
trying to get like 30 of these brushes, it's probably.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Oh, we've got 10 minutes left, guys.
We'll probably just spend waiting for it
Yeah.
to dry. Don't worry, we'll take pictures when it's done.
Well, maybe we'll you mentioned wrapping up, Kate. Maybe I will wrap up.
Yeah, let's
and
do
then
that.
we're gonna keep working on this. So, as you can see, we're gonna probably wrap up. We're gonna continue working on these. There's some drying time that's involved with a couple of the pieces to add more layers of gouache, and then we will post pictures from what we finish, and you can find that probably below the video after this post. So, I will just.
I'm not feeling time today, so yeah. I don't know how much time it takes.
Ellie is watching.
Aw.
Hi, Ellie. How's it going? Okay, so everyone, look up. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining. I'm going to just go over what we're doing quickly. So that's what I'm working on. I don't know what it is, but I like it. I did this coaster, which actually turned out pretty freaking cool. Love that. Then Kate, here we go. So Kate was applying gouache on top of this acrylic piece. And you can see here, this is sort of free flow abstract piece that Kate's creating on the right. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's kind of giving me landscape vibes. Like I see water maybe?
Yeah, it looks like water
Reflections
already.
on a water.
Kind of green mountains.
What if I turn it upside
And
down?
now what is it?
I have no idea.
And then,
And I
so
have
Baytar,
my dog.
a dog, tribute to the BF,
Yeah.
the Buff's dog, yeah. And then Baytar's going to be adding gouache to that. So on top, so this is watercolor, and then gouache will be added,
Yeah.
and then Tiff, look at that.
We got some florals on top of Kate's butterfly picture.
Gorge. So this is a collaborative piece. This
Yes.
is Kate did the original, right?
Yeah, the background and the butterfly and these two flowers here, and I've added all of this in here and this wisteria style stuff along the top here.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna keep working on stuff. So, okay, everyone, have a good Friday, everyone. Bye. Bye. Oops. And thank you very much. If you are interested in some of the art behind us, we have a lot of different styles and different mediums. You can check upbeatartworks.ca. That has a listing of some of the artwork that we carry. Or if you're here in person, please stop by the gallery. We're here Monday through Friday from 11 to 5. So feel free to stop by, check out the art, check out the space, and we hope you have a great weekend. Fringe is on, so if you're in the downtown area, go check out some of the free shows at Market Square. Should be a fun time. Okay, have a good day, everyone.